Okay, so I wanted to do a quick video on the actual sound quality and also mention the video processing. I mentioned that I can process videos a lot quicker on the MacBook Pro than I can on the Oryx Pro, and I wanted to kind of give a proof of how this works. So on the MacBook Pro, I process the video that is now up on YouTube as the comparison between the 2019 MacBook Pro and the Oryx Pro. And that video on the MacBook Pro took about 5 minutes to process. Now, I'm not talking about the actual laying the video out, but the actual generating the video itself took about 5 minutes. On the Oryx Pro, the same video clip with the same cuts and edits and everything exactly the same, it took about almost an hour. So 5 minutes to an hour kind of shows you, and if you look up the hardware specs on the latest Oryx Pro, that's pretty much what I have, and I'll list the hardware in the video description. But the Oryx Pro running Kdenlive is just ridiculously slow. So that is one of the reasons that I use the MacBook Pro so much. Now, what I want to do right now is I'm going to I've positioned the clip on the beginning of the video that we just processed. I've got the volume on the Oryx Pro turned up to be the full volume, and I want to show what the sound quality is on the Oryx Pro versus the MacBook Pro. So it's been a little while since I have talked about this Oryx Pro from System 76, and I've also gotten a newer model, the 2019 model of the MacBook Pro, 16-inch. So they're more comparable. The Oryx Pro. Okay, so that is the Oryx Pro sound at full volume, and now I am going to play the same clip on the MacBook Pro. Now, I will say that on the MacBook Pro, I do not have the volume at full level because this thing is so much louder than the Oryx Pro. It's kind of ridiculous, but I'm more wanting to show the sound quality anyway. So here is the same clip on the MacBook Pro. So it's been a little while since I have talked about this Oryx Pro from System 76. And I've also gotten a newer model, the 2019 model of the MacBook Pro, 16-inch. So they're more comparable. So that is the MacBook Pro second. The Oryx Pro was the first sound. And again, processing on these two computers is just not even in the same league. And I'll list the hardware specifications of each computer in the description of the video. It's been a little while since I have talked about this Oryx Pro from. So it's been a little while since I have talked about this Oryx Pro from System 76.